Your grandma doesn't say she loves you back when you tell her you love her?
No, never. No, she's never said it once.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Do I suck?
You might. Hello?
Hello?
Sadie, what's going on?
I wanted to talk about how my dad fucked my grandpa. Like, quite literally.
Your dad fucked your grandpa.
Yes, absolutely.
Your dad had sex with his dad.
Well, he was married into the family, but he's been around for a long time, so technically, yeah, like it was kind of like his dad, but not blood related. But yes.
Oh, okay.
Together.
So he had sex with. Okay, so he had sex with his father-in-law.
His mom's husband. His mother's husband. Yes.
Okay, his stepdad.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah, sure. What's the story there?
We found this out initially. Well, my mom knew for years, and she didn't tell anyone because obviously she didn't want anybody to know. And she found out because my uncle, my dad's brother, he used to stay at the house when my grandma was sick all the time, so he was always taking care of her. And my grandpa, I call him my grandpa, he was there, and basically he went to my uncle, and he was basically like, "Hey, can I suck your dick?" Basically. It got to that point where he wanted to have sex with him, and my uncle was like, what the fuck? No.
So,
and he turned him down, and then he went to my mom. And mom was like, yeah, he is fucking my husband, yes.
Okay,
they're having sex.
Okay, so how old was your dad when he had sex with his stepdad?
I have no clue. Definitely
okay,
an adult, though.
Was it consensual?
Yes. He was doing favors for him, and my grandpa would like buy him fancy cars and stuff like that.
Okay.
After my parents got divorced, he stayed with my grandpa.
Okay. Sadie, you sound very excited to tell me all of this.
I'm just excited to talk to you. Like, I listen to you every single day at work. Like,
okay. All right. We're gonna step back for a second here. When did you find this out?
When I was about 16 or 17. I'm 20 now.
Okay.
My brother ended up telling me this, and
okay.
I wasn't supposed to find out.
How did you react when you found this out?
I was absolutely shocked. Like, I can't explain the way that I felt about it. It was really weird, but like, when you look back at the way that they would treat each other, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. They were probably fucking.
So your father was basically sleeping with his stepfather, and his stepfather was like a sugar daddy to him?
Basically, yes.
Okay. When you found this out, did you ever talk to your father about it?
I did. There was like a huge fight about it. I didn't talk to him, but my ex-boyfriend at the time like blew everything out of proportion because he liked to start fights. And he's like, "Oh, I know you fucked him. You did this and that," and it was like this huge blowout. And I don't talk to either of them anymore.
Wait a minute. Okay.
My grandpa.
Why is your ex-boyfriend fighting with your dad about having sex with his stepdad? How did that?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know it really doesn't, but he got really involved in the whole situation when I was trying to cut ties with my dad.
Okay, why were you trying to cut ties with your dad? Was it related to this?
Yes. My dad cheated on my mom like over 12 times. With men and women, and the worst is probably my grandpa. And I'm like, dude, that's just really fucked up.
So your dad cheated on your mom with his stepdad? So he was married to your mom at the time?
Yes.
Okay, so he was a full-blown, full-ass adult. He wasn't like, in his 20s or whatever.
No, he's a full-grown adult.
Okay. And how did that all make you feel, Sadie?
It made me feel terrible. Like, I don't belong in this family, man. Like, I'm not as fucked up as them.
Okay. Why did your Why did your ex-boyfriend get involved in this?
I have no clue,
Okay.
honestly. My
Okay.
grandpa was like super rich at the time, so I was still trying to milk him for like money or maybe like a car or something like that. And my ex-boyfriend completely ruined that for me.
What did your ex-boyfriend do to... All right. So you were trying to get money from your grandfather. And your
Yes.
ex-boyfriend ruined that by getting upset with your grandfather for having sex with your dad.
He basically just like outed it, and it was like, yeah, we all know that you did this. And that was enough to tip the boat over, basically.
Were you upset at your ex-boyfriend for outing this?
Oh, yes, because it was not his place to say anything at all.
I would agree with that. I don't really his place in this is undefined to me.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah,
Now,
I just needed to tell the world.
what
I needed
about
to
your
tell the world,
mom? What did you about your mom? What are your conversations with your mom about this sound like?
My mom told me that she never wanted me to find out. She was like, I never wanted you to see your father in this way. Like, it's honestly really disgusting and disturbing.
Okay.
It just baffled me the fact that she knew for years and she kind of like kept it under the carpet, I guess.
Okay. Have you ever talked to your grandfather about it?
No, I have not.
Do you keep in contact with your grandfather at all?
Not really, no. I talked to him a while back when I asked him for my cat, but then he told me, no, you can't have the cat back. She's all that I have.
Your grandfather
He's a lonely
also
old
has your
man
cat.
now. Yes.
Okay. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have a brother, and he was the one who told me about the situation.
Okay, older brother?
Yes.
Okay. Was he keeping it from you for a while, and like who told him?
I think my uncle told him after he basically was like, yo, Papa asked me if he wanted me to suck his dick, and my brother told me like almost immediately. He didn't really keep it to himself for that long. And they just kind of made the connection.
Wait. Your brother... Who asked who to suck their dick?
My grandpa asked my uncle, my dad's brother.
Yeah. It's your grandfather who sucked your father's dick asked your uncle if he could suck his.
Yes.
You got a whole... This is a whole thing going on here, Sadie.
I
It's a whole
know.
thing. Okay. And so it was your uncle who told your brother?
No, my uncle told my mother. And my mom basically like confirmed, like, yeah, they are fucking. You made the connections.
So
Sorry
your
if
brother...
that's confusing.
We're beyond confusing. We're in a new emotion that I haven't quite figured out how to label. Your brother found out because he made he put 2 and 2. He put fucking 6 and 6 together to find this all out.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So what's your relationship like with your father now?
I haven't spoken to him in years.
How long do you think?
Maybe about 2 years. The last time I saw him, his girlfriend at the time made up this false lie, basically saying that he was dying in the hospital and we all had to drive 2 hours out to see him. And we go to the hospital and he's not even dying. And my whole family was pissed and we're like, dude, fuck you. We don't want to talk to you. We only came here to pass our condolences, but motherfucker wasn't dying, so it was just all a blatant lie to get us to come see him.
Do you...
That was about a year ago, 2 years ago.
Okay, well, can I ask you this then? I'm curious. How did you feel when you thought he was dying?
I I just kind of, my mom made me kind of feel bad. I don't know why she was the most upset out of everyone. Like, I really just didn't give a shit, honestly. I was like, okay.
And your mother, what's your relationship like with her?
Oh, I see her like every day. We have a good relationship.
Okay. Did she find a new husband?
Yes, she actually has 2 kids with him now. I'm 20 and I have 2-year-old siblings.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that your mom found a good life for herself. And do you like the guy?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and he's not having sex with any of his parents, is he?
Nope. At least I hope the fuck not, but no, I do not think so.
Okay, good. I think that's a good quality for a person to have. So, like, I mean, this relationship between your dad's stepdad and your dad, you claim that your dad was like a fully grown adult man in his 30s or 40s who was having sex with his stepfather as a means of getting money out of him?
I mean, like, my dad was really just kind of like borderline a slut. Like, he just liked attention, and then it turned out to him doing like favors for him. He'd always let him get away with blowing out big scenes. He'd be like, oh, he's okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to say like any specific names here. I almost get like close to saying names.
Okay. And what about you? You said that you don't talk to your ex-boyfriend anymore. Are you seeing someone else? Like, what's going on with you in your life?
I actually live on my I live with my boyfriend Chris. He actually introduced me to your stream.
Okay, how are things going with Chris?
Everything is great with Chris.
Okay, good. Have you told how did he react to this story?
He, like anyone else would react, like, what the fuck, are you serious? Like, your dad slept with his stepdad? Like, and it's not just like dick sucking, like, it was full on sex. Like, I don't mean to emphasize that, but like, it's the point. Like, they were full on like fucking for sexual favors.
Do you keep in contact with your grandmother?
My grandmother passed away, and this actually came out after she had passed away. This is when the ball dropped and everything just came out.
Okay, well, that's, I guess, good that she never found out.
Yeah, that she didn't know.
I don't know. Is that good that she never found out? I don't know.
Yes, it's very
like
good
at a
that she
certain
didn't
point
find out.
good.
She'd probably have a fucking heart attack.
Yeah, probably. Sadie, do you think this fucked you up at all?
Definitely, probably. I'm not a normal person.
Okay. How do you feel like it fucked you up?
I don't know. I can't really explain that. It would take me a lot of thinking, but like, I don't know, Gecko. I just came from the wrong bunch of people. They're all fucked up.
You said you feel like you're a weird person. Why do you feel like you're a weird person?
I don't know. I'm just not normal.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I don't do fucked up things like they do, but I just don't feel. What's the word? I don't know.
What? Well, I mean, sit with me for just a second before we go. Listen, you clearly said you're not a normal person for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do we think that reason is?
Probably just because of like where I came from, honestly, the way I was raised and the way things went down.
Okay. Does that affect the way that you think about anything or the way that you feel about anything in your current day-to-day life?
The way that I process everything, it kind of just like ruined it for me for everything. Like, I can't look at families the normal way. I'll be like, oh, they probably have some fucked up secrets, or this guy's probably doing something in their family, or something's really fucked up.
So it's kind of opened you. So the fucked up stuff going on in your family has kind of opened your eyes to the almost inevitability of fucked up things happening in other families and other places.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Does that lower your level of trust, or does that make you feel more open, or how do you think that makes you feel?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't trust anyone, especially family members, too. I cut a lot of my family members out. It's just really just my mom and my actual stepdad at this point. Like, I don't really talk to anyone. Oh, and my cousin, too. Like, I don't really talk to my family members anymore because I feel like they're all fucked up somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust anybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, what
Everyone's
about...
just a bunch of whack jobs.
What about your boyfriend? Do you trust him?
Oh, yes, of course.
And your
he
friends?
comes
Do you have
from, like,
friends?
a place of normal. Yes, I only have, like, one friend that I've talked to for, like, over 10 years.
Okay, do you trust them?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It takes me a long time to develop trust in people.
Okay. How does a person gain your trust?
Just being around for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And just accepting me for who I am as a person after so long.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever talked about this in real therapy?
Yes, I have a therapist.
Okay.
I just thought it would be fun to call.
What did your real therapist say about this? I'm very curious.
I haven't really gotten into this point with her. I'll probably talk to her about it in like 2 days. I'm going to see her, so I'll probably talk to her about that.
I'm very curious.
Situation.
I am very curious what was higher on your priority list to talk about in therapy than your dad fucking his dad.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a lot, man. Maybe I'll call in some other time.
Well, Sadie, thanks for calling in. Yeah, this is all definitely like super fucked up and weird, but I am glad to see that you are in, at least appearing to me, to be in high spirits.
Right, absolutely. Yes, I try to make the best for myself.
Is there anything else you want to say to the people of the computer before we go?
Yes, I just have one thing.
Please.
Fuck FedEx Ground. That's all I have to say.
That's the anti-sponsor. You know, we have sponsors and we like talk about products and stuff. We need to do one where we talk about products we don't like. And so that was it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, and you're awesome, man.
Hey, you're pretty cool too, Sadie. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
You too.
Well, that is definitely the giddiest I've ever heard somebody be talking about incest. I guess, like I said, I'm glad to hear she's in good spirit. I hope that she is able to live her best life in spite of her weird family stuff, and I think she will. And you know what? I think her telling that story has made me a little bit less trusting too. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, who's this?
This is Bobby.
What's up, Bobby?
So, I don't think my grandma loves me.
Why not?
Well, it's kind of been a running joke now with me and my wife. Every time we've seen my grandma, I've told her I loved her, and then we look at each other, and everyone looks awkwardly, and she doesn't say it back.
Your grandma doesn't say she loves you back when you tell her you love her?
No, never. No, she's never said it once.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know if you saw in the note, but she is a lesbian, and I don't think she likes males very much. Because I've heard her say I love you to the females in my family, but not me.
So you think she doesn't love you because she's a lesbian?
Well, because I'm a male, not necessarily because she's a lesbian.
Okay.
I don't think she likes men, like at all.
Okay. Why do you think she doesn't like men?
I don't know, kind of a guess.
Have you ever asked her?
I was kind of hoping your standpoint on it. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what you thought.
Have you ever asked her?
I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know if I want to approach that. How do I even say that to somebody? Do you love me? That's so awkward.
It's a little awkward, but I mean, let me ask you this: are you prepared to hear the truth if the answer is that she does not?
I feel like I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would be more surprised if she said yes than if she said no.
Tell me why you love her.
She's always been in my life, which is really a confusing thing for me because she's never said I love you, and anytime I say it, the room she just kind of gets awkward and like with goodbyes, like, oh, I love you, I'll see you later. She just looks at me with a blank stare and then just kind of all right, bye, and walks away.
Do you have her phone number?
It's really awkward. Do I? Yeah, I do have her phone number.
Can we call her?
I don't think that's a good idea.
You know, if I were you, I also wouldn't call my grandma right now. Okay, so, you think it's because she doesn't like men? Is it your grandma's dad? Is it your dad's mom or your mom's mom?
My mom's mom.
Okay. Does your dad ever say I love you to her?
Does my dad?
Yeah.
No. She also never said it to my dad either. She also never liked my dad as well.
Do you have any male family members that your grandma has ever said she loves you to?
Oh yeah, her wife's son, all the time.
Why do you think she likes him? If you think she hates men,
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Do I suck?
You might. And by the way, here's the thing: even if you do, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not. It's okay if you suck. People are so afraid of sucking or being annoying or being kind of an ass. It's not that. It's fine. It's okay. Why do you think you might suck?
I don't know. I feel like I've accomplished a lot, but I don't know, I'm kind of an asshole.
Okay, that's fine. Why do you think you're really an asshole?
I'm just I don't know. I like confrontation. Like when that awkward stare when you look at someone and then they catch you looking at them. I'll continue staring. I'm an asshole. I want the awkward confrontation. It's weird.
Why does wanting an awkward confrontation make you an asshole?
Well, not only that. I mean, I like being mean. It kind of suits me. It makes me feel happy.
It makes you feel happy to be mean.
Kind of.
Have you ever been mean to your grandma?
No. But, I mean, she's a really big liberal, and she hates me because I voted for Trump. And that's getting political, but
okay.
She hates me for that, too.
So, you think she hates you because... Who is in the background?
That was my daughter. Sorry.
So you think she hates you? Okay, so now you've come up with. We started with just because you're a guy, but now you have 3 different hypotheses of why you think she might hate you.
Yeah.
Okay. You say you like being mean because it is fun.
In a way.
Okay. Tell me the last mean thing that you did that was fun for you.
I don't know. I'm sure I did something today. Give me a second.
Okay, I'll let you think of it.
Oh, okay. So I'm a technician. I work at a dealership, And the guy next to me was lowering the car down off the lift, and I put a cap to a aerosol can underneath the tire, so when it got to the ground, it made an extremely loud crunching noise, which then made him very scared, and I laughed hysterically.
Okay.
While he thought he destroyed something on a $150,000 car.
Okay, so you found enjoyment by your coworker's fear that he might have messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a little prank. You like little pranks. You like a little mischief here and there.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I consider myself mischievous.
Okay. Tell me about your wife. Does your wife know your grandma?
Yeah, she doesn't like her either. She's kind of, well, my wife doesn't like her. She's not really nice to anybody. She's just kind of controlling, it's kind of her way or the highway.
This is your wife or your grandma?
I think one of the reasons, my grandma, it's kind of her way or the highway, and she's kind of, I think that's why we butt heads a lot, because I just don't care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm an asshole, so I'm willing to.
You're an asshole, so you're willing to
say that whatever she wants is stupid, or voice my opinion, even though I know it'll piss her off.
So I'm confused here, because you're saying that you're not afraid to voice your opinion. You're saying that you're not afraid to argue with her. But when I asked you why you wouldn't just ask her, confront her about whether or not she loves you, you said that you were like afraid or that it wouldn't be a good idea. So why do you feel like you're comfortable voicing dissenting opinions to her? You're comfortable, engaging with her in arguments, but you're not comfortable asking her point blank, having an authentic, honest conversation about why she doesn't like you. Why are you uncomfortable doing that?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Okay, what kind of things do you argue with her about? Is it like political arguments?
Most of them are political.
Okay. Do you get into a political argument with her, like, most of the times that you're with her?
I'd say about like 50% of the time.
When you're in an argument with someone, is you being correct or getting your point across more important to you than preserving the relationship that you have with the person you're arguing with?
It depends on the topic, but I mean, it can get that way sometimes, depending on what the topic is. Because if it's something serious and they really think their way is right, and I know it's not, or at least in my opinion it's not, I mean, fuck them.
Okay. Well, so Robert, I mean, and look, it's okay if the answer is no. I mean, tell me whatever the truth is. Do you really care that much about whether or not your grandma loves you?
I don't know. I feel like I should.
Okay.
But I mean, I've gotten this far along without thinking she does, so maybe not.
Okay. So your grandma's love is not that important to you.
I don't know how to answer that. I feel like it is, but at the same time, I feel like it's not.
Okay.
I've got mixed feelings about it.
Okay. Because look, here's what can I tell you what I think?
Sure.
If your grandma's love is not important to you, that's okay. It doesn't have to be. There's no law that you have to love your grandma, that your grandma has to love you. You can live your life however you want. But if it is important to you, if you lay your life out on the table and decide that you want to have a relationship with her, then you might benefit from having a authentic conversation with her, where you prioritize, her feelings over being right. And I don't know if you've ever gone into an interaction with her really intentionally, actively thinking about it like that. Because if you do decide that she's important to you, then you would go in to a conversation with her, like I said, with the intention being to have a concern with her feelings. That does not mean that you need to agree with her, that you need to change how you feel about anything. It just means that you need to go into it with a intention of peace rather than war. Does that make any sense?
It does make sense. I feel like I've given her that opportunity. We went on a family vacation, and the first thing, because we flew in from different places. She lives on the other side of the United States. And when they picked us up from the airport, the first, I tried to go in with an open mind and try to be positive and have a good time and keep a positive mindset and conversation. And the first thing that came out of their mouth was immediate disrespect and kind of trying to poke fun at me.
Okay. It was immediate disrespect. Tell me what she said that made you feel disrespected.
Well, she called me fat.
Okay.
Which she said, so the last time I wore a swimsuit, because we went to the beach, was, 3 years prior to this vacation. But she was like, oh, we need to go get you a new swimsuit. And I was like, why is that? She's like, because you gained a lot of weight.
Mm-hmm.
I've gained 15 pounds since the previous 3 years of wearing a swimsuit. So it's safe to say, I don't think I've changed sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, they felt the need to say that.
Mm-hmm. I think, and I had a call about this kind of recently, and also this is a thing that I think about in my own personal life, which is like the best, like if your true intention is to keep the peace, like truly, and this is just me kind of hypothesizing about this because it's a difficult thing to maneuver, but if your true intention is to keep the peace, then always have that in mind. And occasionally, to keep the peace, you might just have to take some hits. You know what I'm saying? You might just have to eat a few hits, right? Like if somebody calls you fat, and some guy on the I haven't told the story yet. Some guy on the street called me a fat asshole the other day, and I just kept walking. I didn't engage with it because I wanted to keep the peace. Did you do
something to deserve it?
No, I didn't. Did I do something to provoke it? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
No, I was walking by. He had like a fucking store, and I walked by his store, and he was like, "Hey, come on in. We're having a sale or something." And I was like, "Sorry, man, not today." And he was like, "No," and he was like, "No need to be rude about it, you fat asshole." I just kept walking. Now I could have gone over there and tried to like defend my honor and shit, but it's not what I wanted out of the situation. I wanted to keep the peace, so I kept walking. So I just took the hit, and it wasn't that bad. I accomplished my goal of keeping the peace.
You should go online and make a bad review.
Why would I do that?
Because he felt that your feelings weren't worth it. Why should you think that his feelings are worth it?
Because
kind of relates back to,
yeah, sure. Okay, let's relate this to your let's relate this to your situation. Why don't I go to his business and leave a bad review? Because it's not worth it to me. Because I'm not concerned with keeping some kind of karmatic scoreboard of needing to equally wrong all those who have wronged me. I'm concerned with keeping my peace, and the best way to keep my peace is to ignore the situation. Because as I'm writing that review, if I spent the rest of the day going, man, fuck that guy, why does he doesn't have the right to call me fat, and fuck him, and fuck this, and fuck, then I'm not accomplishing my goal. I'm doing the actual opposite. I'm at war in my head. And if I were to go, and I was like, I'm gonna go, what's the name of the website? 1-star review, this guy called me a thing, fuck him. The whole time I'm writing the thing, my blood's boiling, anger is flowing through, I'm hurting no one but myself when I choose to engage. I'm really not. And so if I'm being fucking smart, and I'm really going, okay, what path forward genuinely keeps the peace? It's to take the hit and move on. And let it roll off my back. Because that's what keeps the peace.
Yeah,
So
I think
Robert...
that's what makes you a better person than me, Gag.
It's not even about being a better person, Robert. It's not. It's. This is for me. I keep the peace for me, and if you want to keep the peace for yourself, just so that you feel better as you move around in your life, then think about what actions best serve the peace and not serve retribution. Because your retribution is only going to lead you to more war. Robert?
You got a point. You've got a point.
Okay. So listen, man. I hope that you keep that in mind next time you interact with your grandmother. You know, I mean, what do you think about all of this? Tell me your thoughts.
I think you've brought up some good points, and I think I'm going to have to try to use those. And maybe I can get her to say she loves me.
Okay, good. I hope that you feel like you have a different way that you want to approach this situation. Is there anything... Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking. Go ahead.
Is there anything else you want to say to me or to the people of the computer before we go?
To you, have a nice trip. Hope you have a fun time in Japan. You're going to, correct?
Oh yeah.
I hope you have a great time over there, and thank you for talking to me.
Thank you, Robert. You have a good rest of the day.
You as well.
I don't know. I think it's okay to not love your grandma. I mean, look, if you see someone like, 2 times a year, how much do you really love them? So it's okay to love. By the way, it's okay to love your grandma too. You can have whatever relationship that you want with your grandmother in this life. You can be in love with your grandmother. You should not be in love with your grandmother. I don't know why I said that. Okay, all right, let's move on. Hello?
Hi.
Hi there. Is this AJ? Can you hear me?
Yes, it is. Yes, I can hear you.
AJ, what's going on with you, dude?
Well, as I told the call screener, I am the other woman in a dumpster fire of a relationship.
Okay, tell me about this relationship.
Well, it hasn't really been going on for very long, for maybe like 2 months, but I'm fully aware that this person has a wife and kids. They're just in a different country. And I have this sneaking suspicion that they're probably just using me to like get money out of me. Things are moving very quickly, and they're telling me that they see a future with me and that they want to invest money with me, or that I should invest money with them. And it's just a little weird. There are a lot of red flags that I am pushing aside for no apparent reason.
Okay. How long have you been seeing this person?
About 2 months.
2 months. Okay. And they're trying to get money out of you? Why are they asking you for money?
Well, I guess so in our community, because we're Hispanic, there's a lot of ideas of like investing money, kind of like starting your own business, kind of like an entrepreneurial mindset. And so,
Okay.
Everyone kind of thinks the same way of like, oh, I'm going to invest money. I'm going to like buy properties, like that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay, so, I mean, that aside, why does he want you to give him money? Like, what does he ask? What does he want money for?
Well, he has friends, in where he's from, and he says that they have businesses and he wants to keep investing with them, and that it's a good idea, because I've talked about my goal of wanting to be financially independent. And so he's like trying to pitch me, their businesses as like a good investment for my sake, framing it as like it would be in my benefit to invest with him.
Okay, and is this somebody that you have actually met in person?
Yes. I live at one of his relatives' house, and that's how we met.
Okay. How soon after getting involved with him romantically did he start asking you to invest in him?
I mean, it was pretty soon. I mean, maybe the first couple of weeks. My family is also, they have businesses here in Kentucky, and so I told him about those businesses, and we started talking about investments, and that's when he brought it up.
Okay. So this money thing aside, you say this is a dumpster fire situation, and you are the other woman. How did you find out that he was? Did you find out that he was married?
I mean, yes. Like, I guess it wasn't hidden. It was more like, he told me like, hey, I'm married, I have a family, but things aren't going well. Like the same story that gets told all the time, like, oh, things are rocky, or I'm going to separate, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And since they're not here, since they're not like in the States, it's kind of, I guess, easier, because to me, they're not, I mean, I know that they exist, but I don't see them, so it makes things
When you
easier.
say them, you're talking about this guy's wife.
Yes, his wife and his children.
Okay. His wife and his children. Okay. I mean, what are your thoughts on this situation?
I think I'm wasting my time, but I don't know why I don't get out of the relationship. I have a tendency to like sink a lot of time into relationships, like years, even if I know that they're not working. So So, like, I know that if I don't get out soon, I'm just going to end up wasting probably years on a guy that I'm definitely not the priority.
Okay. So you know that you're wasting your time, but even in the face of that knowledge, you persist.
Yes.
Why do you think you persist even in the wake of that knowledge?
I'm not really sure. I mean, it feels... I mean, he's nice. Well, he's kind of nice to me. So it feels good to be in a relationship, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So, AJ, just in your life in general, do you have friends and family?
Yes, I do.
Okay, are they nice to you?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so you have people in your life who are nice to you and support and whatnot. That's not like a thing that's totally absent from your life.
Right. My support system is pretty good, to be honest.
Okay. So why do you think you feel this, like, how do I say, pressure or like desire to settle for somebody who is kind of nice to you? Like, why are you in a rush so much for a romantic partner that is kind of nice to you, that you want to settle for something that you know is a waste of your time?
I mean, I honestly, like, deep down inside think that I'm unlovable. And so when someone shows me, like, a moderate amount of affection, I will be inclined to be very loyal to that person.
Okay. Well, let's step out of the realm of romantic relationships for a second, and, like, you know, you're, as you said, and this is why I asked you about it, your friends and your family. Do you feel loved by them?
I do, yes.
Okay. You do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how do you stack... I mean, and you answer, you didn't have to think about that. You said it just pretty confidently just now, that you feel loved by your friends and family.
I mean, I know that they love me. I don't think that they should. I feel like I'm kind of a hassle sometimes. Like
have you always felt like that?
Yes. I've struggled a lot with mental health. And my family has definitely, I've been more open with them in the past couple of years, and they've seen me struggle a lot. And I feel like kind of a burden on them because of that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, the path towards getting over that feeling of yourself as a burden, I'd consider that maybe as, like, a further down the line goal. And in order to get there, you have to first cure yourself of all these things that you're doing in response to that. So, like, okay, it's gonna be a whole journey for you to get to the point where you feel okay about yourself. But to begin walking down that path, we gotta get ourselves out of this situation with this fucking guy. We gotta first stop the active detriment. I think before finding some sort of active, what's the opposite of the word detriment? Do you know what that word would be?
No, I do not.
Okay, before we begin to walk in the before we begin walking the path of gaining some higher self-confidence, we got to focus on stopping the detriment that we're doing by getting involved with people who are asking us to invest money in their cousins' businesses and promising that they will break up with their wife who lives in another country and their children. So I think we first want to get rid of the active detriment that we're doing. How exactly you do that, I don't know. But it's interesting to me, this whole thing, because you're aware of what you're doing. Like, you didn't need to, we didn't come, like, you having this conversation with me right now, this is not you coming to lots of epiphanies while you're on the phone with Gecko Man. This is just you talking about shit you already know.
Correct.
Okay. So, I mean, look, that's a good start. The fact that you know it. Right? Because some people are just, fully wrapped up in delusion that they don't even know that they are, doing a detriment to themselves. So, you're in a good foundation.
I mean, I guess. I feel like I always know what I'm doing, and I'm pretty aware. I just always want to steer towards chaos.
AJ, do you have a real therapist?
I do. Yes, I do.
What do they say about this?
Well, this is the first therapist. I've been going to therapy for like 10 years, and this is legitimately the first one that's like life-changing. Obviously, it's not very apparent from the call, but in other aspects of life, I feel like they're helping me kind of, I guess, see what my values are and move towards them. And so in other aspects of life, I'm definitely moving more towards my values. But romantically, I'm a little bit stuck. That's really the only one that's like, I mean, I value learning. And so gaining knowledge. I kind of like to say that one of my goals is to be a Renaissance man. So right now I am studying linguistics. I'm studying Japanese. Next semester I'm going to pick up Chinese and delving a little deeper into Spanish, which I already know, but I want to learn like the linguistic side of it. And I value financial independence. So, I mean, I really like to save money. I think it's a lot of fun to live like really frugally. I like to travel, and so I'd like to get to a point where I can travel at least like 3 months out of the year. And in the summer, I'm actually planning to go to Japan for 3 months to study Japanese.
Well, shit, AJ. I mean, look, if I can tell you anything, from my perspective, it sounds like you're doing a lot. It sounds like you're living a very full life. It sounds like you are very smart and very aware. And so, I don't know if you understand everything. I don't know if you understand the degree to which you're doing a lot of positive things for yourself from your perspective, but from at least where I sit, as you're telling me all these things, you're really doing a lot. So I mean I don't think you should be out there settling for anyone who gives you a crumb of kindness, or even that you necessarily need anyone to be giving you anything, because you have so much, you do so much for yourself. So that's really all I can give you. I'm glad to hear that you're working with a therapist that's been helpful for you. But I don't know, man. You it's weird. I want to tell you that you deserve a lot more than what you're giving yourself credit for. But I don't know if I don't know when you have a problem like that, when you have a low self-esteem like that, I don't know how many times a person can tell you that before it really, sinks into you. I really don't know. This is a tough one. This is like something I've talked about on here 8,000 times and something I deal with myself. Hang in there, AJ.
Well, thank you. I just appreciate talking to you. I mean, I'm not gonna, I don't know. It is hard with low self-esteem because it never feels like you're doing enough or you're not enough. Even it doesn't matter like who tells you that like, oh, you're doing great or whatever.
Right. That's what I meant just now when I said like, I could sit here and like, and by the way, I'd be telling the truth. Okay, because I do really think that you're doing a lot for yourself. It's weird. I could sit there and tell you that, and then you could even experience it for yourself, how much shit you're doing, and it's such a weird thing. And I've experienced this myself, where like external validation, external, events, external everything. Like there is no numerical amount of compliments or achievements that really get rid of low self-esteem. From my experience, I don't know what it's like for other people, but yeah, I don't know, but I'm glad to hear that you're walking the path and trying to fix this for yourself. Don't give this guy money, AJ.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing of this call. AJ, is there anything else you want to say to the people at the computer before we go?
I guess I just want to say that to the people that have shitty therapists or have had bad experiences in the past, I know it's like really tiring, but just like keep trying, keep looking. Because I was legitimately going to give up, like I've been doing therapy for like 10 years. I'm practically an expert at this point. And I never thought that I was going to click with someone and that they were going to change my life so much. And it's a really awesome feeling to be able to like get, I guess, my life more in balance and kind of in the direction that I want to go. So I don't know. It's just encouragement to keep like, to not give up, for those looking for therapy.
Thank you for calling, AJ.
Thank you. Bye.